Hey everybody, welcome back to the HIT.OR.DIE podcast. Here with your hosts Jake Saldati and Chad Rothford. Thanks again for all you following out there on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Please subscribe to YouTube down below. Click the subscribe button. The YouTube challenge is still going. I know you asked me about it.
Still in effect.
Yeah, it's going to be in effect from now until forever. So whenever you guys feel like it, go on there. Boom, hit the subscribe button. It'll help us out.
And for those that have gone over to do it, thank you.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few since we've initiated the chat, or you initiated the chat.
Well, I mean, yeah, quite a few is quite a few. Yeah, it could be more.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's been a couple weeks.
It has. We've been busy.
And,
we had the last week of league and, yeah.
Yeah, we had a busy week
It was
last
a busy week.
Yeah. But a couple weeks ago, you had a little Twitter beef, golf beef between Brooks, Koepka, and Bryson.
I wish I knew the full story.
Why they hate each other?
Yeah. Because I like both of them. You know, I like both of them. But like that interview Brooks just did, that was all over the place.
He just stopped.
He's like, I just lost my train of thought.
What's best is that you see him looking off into the distance to the right. Like he sees him walking in.
And then he walks behind him.
Yeah, walks right behind him. And you can hear the cleats
and
just.
Isn't he talking about like reading a putts? And like Brooks just said something about how hard it was to read putts. So it was almost like DeChambeau was talking about how easy it was. I don't know, what I got from it. And he's just like, fuck.
The best would have, you're having the match again, right?
Oh, yeah.
And have them versus
Aaron Rodgers and DeChambeau with Mickelson and it's not Brooks, though. It's Tom Brady. Yeah.
But have those two as the.
Like Mickelson, or like Koepka and Brady?
Yeah.
Against DeChambeau and Rodgers. Yeah. That just wouldn't be fun. I don't think it would be entertaining because I don't think they would.
Hey,
at least DeChambeau, for that matter, would probably just play and not. Koepka would probably try to get after him a little bit.
I will say that the free space in your head, or what did he say?
Rent free.
Yeah, rent free in your head by DeChambeau. That was a pretty solid burn.
Yeah, it was good.
And so over the weekend at the Memorial Tournament, I guess 10 fans were removed for shouting Brooksy while DeChambeau was playing. I guess mainly in his backswing, because the article came out and he was pretty much all for it. He didn't really care.
DeChambeau.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. He doesn't mind. But like while he was in his backswing, he got a couple, I guess, and then as of yesterday, another article came out that that the PGA should get involved in kind of settling this down as far as that goes. Like, while I'm playing.
So it can't be like Happy Gilmore where they're partying and on the side loud.
How am I supposed to chip?
I saw two big fat naked bikers in the woods off 17 having sex. How am I supposed to chip without going?
I get you. Yeah, probably not. Probably not so much.
But that would make golf more fun, How do you think baseball players do it in thousands and thousands of fans yelling crap at you?
You can't hear
with a guy.
But can you single out one voice?
You can't single out one voice.
So,
but when you have like 11,000 screaming the same thing,
that's why the Texas A&M, the ball 5, ball 6.
And now something special here at Texas A&M. As the entire student section, the 12th man, and everybody else starts chanting ball 5 after a 4-pitch walk, they'll continue with every subsequent pitch, and they can rattle an opposing pitcher.
Ugh. Could you do that? Do you think you would ever throw a strike if you got into that situation?
I would never get to that situation.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, duh.
If you haven't seen that, there's plenty of videos out there to go check out. Texas A&M baseball.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch them. I mean, I don't even know what the highest count is. I think I've seen somebody get to like ball 9.
Yeah, maybe. I
Ball
don't know.
8.
That's tough.
Ugh.
That's tough. But I mean, I don't know. It'd probably be. I might be laughing if I was like the first baseman and my pitchers can't freaking throw a strike, and they're just doing that the whole time. Because it's nonstop. It just keeps going.
They're looking for a new coach.
Yeah, I turned it down, but
I thought LSU contacted you.
they did too. But they're still in the tournament, so I haven't really been in contact with them. Molinari reached out to me, but I said, you know what, you guys just take care of business, and
now
as you can see,
Yeah.
Wearing my Texas shirt today, but
And Fullerton's now opening also.
yeah, Vandy, what he told me was, it's just time. So,
Well, good luck to you in your 3 of the biggest coaching jobs in the country.
yeah, but I was kind of settling, San Joaquin Valley College is looking for a new head coach, Institute of Technology. Since New Jersey Institute of Technology got so far, I thought, why not go for San Joaquin?
Hey, bravo.
No, heck yeah. D1's D1.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Fairfield made it deep. D1's D1. So,
They knocked off Arizona State.
yeah, Fairfield. And which, being at junior college level now, having to recruit and help guys get places, it's actually been really fun. I think I might have said a little bit on the other one, but contacting all these Division I schools, because there's so many out there. You go look up Division I schools, and that's where, guys want to play D1, whatever. There's a lot of Division I schools out there kids can go to, and they're always set on the Power 5 and the big time conferences and stuff. But there's some small conferences out there that have still good. I mean, we're seeing it in the regionals right now that have good baseball programs and conferences. So, don't just keep your sights set on one certain program or Power 5 school or whatever. There's a lot out there.
100%. Back to the DeChambeau. So Koepka posted a video just saying for those that had their time may have ended early at the tournament to DM Michelob, and that they were giving away cases of beer to the first 50. But he appreciates the support.
There were only 10 fans removed, though?
That was just a Friday. I don't know over the whole weekend. But what they were saying in this backswing was Brooksy.
Yeah.
And Koepka didn't play this weekend. So
he wasn't even
there. Yeah. So
that makes it
pretty funny stuff. We had some interesting high school baseball last. We had a couple weeks ago, Buchanan locked up the track. And last week, the matchup with Bullard and Memorial. Now, we had this while we were CMAC champs at Madera. Mm-hmm. Co-champs.
Yep.
Memorial winning the third game of the series.
So taking 2 of 3.
2 of 3 from Bullard. Technically made them co-champs. Now,
because of the 13-2. They're both finished 13-2.
Now, neither, and I believe we did the same thing when
we did the same thing.
That neither posted co-champs.
Bullard did.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yep.
I saw that they posted they were I didn't see co.
Bullard definitely did.
Co?
Yep. I'll look it up right now while you talk about Memorial not doing that.
Yeah, well, Memorial didn't. But I don't. Like I said, I don't think we did when we were co-champs, which I think is dumb.
Congratulations to the Knights on their share of the 2021 CMAC baseball title.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we didn't either.
And that was actually the day they posted the final score.
Do you think? I don't know why the CMAC, and I don't know how that works is amongst ADs or.
Do I think there shouldn't be?
Why? Memorial won the series.
Yeah. That could say the same. That when we did it in 15 with Edison, and we won the series. I think we swept Edison.
No, we lost one.
We lost one, and we were co-champs. And Edison, nothing against Coach Rold. He got the Coach of the Year award, and we're just like, well, it made no sense. That was one of the best teams we ever had at Madera, and Andy didn't even get coached.
Well, and not to mention that you bring that up, which is interesting because we went back to back.
Yep.
And he still didn't win it.
Nope. And then the year before that,
You won.
We
Valley.
won Valley title D2, but so did Bullard. Or no, Clovis North did, but Bullard won the league, so Thornhill got Coach of the Year. And it's just kind of crazy to me. You know, it was Andy's 10th year, and he's never been a Coach of the Year.
And he's got a Valley championship, two league titles, and a city was a county coach.
Yeah,
also.
And it's just crazy because I think originally when Andy came in, he was the young buck, right? You had Thornhill, you had Fern, you had
Delana,
and you had Delana, you had
Rolled
Kuyar, which that's just bad blood anyways at Sanger and Madera. Rolled, yeah, you said Rolled, and then I just feel like he was the young guy, so it was kind of let's not give it to the young guy because we came in and we started throttling the league, you know, when we started off. So because we won Valley in our second year, title in third year, title in fourth year for league. So I mean, I feel bad for Andy because he deserves at least one of them. And if we did do like you're talking about, back to your point. If you did that where you went outright and you're a league champion, it would have been different, which we would have had. Then we would only have one.
Should there be a single game
to define the champion?
Yeah. Or should we just say whoever wins the series? Because I know like with Nick Papagni, and he does it, like he bases it on, well, Memorial won 2 out of 3. I'm calling them the champs.
Yeah.
Which I don't disagree with.
No, either way, you're right.
Because, again, we've been through this, and I felt like we were definitely the best team in the league.
100%.
You know,
we won every series.
We won every series.
I think we only lost 2 games as well.
You lost 3.
We lost 3. So, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know what to say, except the rules are the rules. They're it's better to be than not.
I get it. And that good for Memorial, considering, right, rules are the rules.
Yeah.
Right. Memorial comes out Tuesday and puts up a big number against a really good pitcher in Cunnings. And then Tuesday, Schneider, a sophomore, comes back for Bullard and pitches well. And that game was under protest and due to pitch count.
Yep.
Speaking of rules are the rules. I don't know the full story. I didn't get to talk to JD about it. But I heard Bullard did have a pitch count. Whether that's accurate or not, I don't know. And I know Memorial had a pitch count. And what was reported is they were 10 pitches apart, which to me is a lot, considering the circumstances in that point in the game. 10's a lot.
Yeah, I was getting some of my information from Heskett. You remember, pitcher from Memorial.
Yeah.
Big time supporter of the show, so just shout out to him real quick. We were talking about the same thing, and when it comes down to it, Bullard's the home team. Their book's the one that matters. But by rule, we were talking about whether you go over 1 pitch or 2 that it might have been. It's supposed to be a forfeit.
Yeah.
Of the entire game.
Right.
Now, whether you want to win or lose like that, a league championship, that's to each their own. But it also comes down to the CIF, whether what they want to do.
Right, and that's the rule. So it's...
Yeah.
But
how many rules do we follow?
I can tell you we had a game under protest, and we won the protest.
Yeah.
You
got protested.
We got protested.
For a bat that wasn't certified.
Correct. And if we want to get in,
not juiced, it just wasn't certified.
Yeah, it was an illegal.
It was that blue.
It was a Meta Prime,
the blue one,
33-inch.
Yeah, that got tossed out. You could use the 34, just and not the 33.
Yeah, which I didn't know. I really didn't. I don't keep track of that stuff. And yeah, our guys paid for it. They paid the price, and it was pretty upsetting. That's just not, we just don't condone that stuff. And they knowingly, had it out there.
Yeah.
But the team we were playing had all the evidence you need. Yeah. And I just told our guys, and when me and Andy talked about it, we were disappointed. And we're like, listen, if they rule against us, it's part of paying the price. Like we break the rules, you gotta do the time.
Yeah.
So I was all for it. I didn't care. It was how the protest happened, I think, is why the CIF said, no, you didn't do this correctly. And ultimately, they voted against the protest against us. And in this case, I think it's the same thing. Like you said, Bullard was the home team, home book, and
it ended up being he finished the batter at 111. You only get 110 pitches, but you can finish a batter if you go over. So he finished at 111, then threw 112. Is that what it was?
Started a new batter.
Started a new batter at 112. Then JD went out, and they took him out, and then that's when the protest happened. And Bullard was already up 8-2. I think it was the 7th inning. Schneider was the 6th and a 3rd in. I think that if it happened earlier in the game, where its score made a difference or anything like that, maybe the rule. I mean, we don't even know. Did they ever even rule on it?
Yeah, they as far as the protest.
Yeah,
they ruled in favor of Bullard.
Okay, so I mean,
Memorial took the loss in that game.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't. I think the score and how far along they were kind of dictated that decision. That
I mean, I think, and what I'd heard is that JD say the coach Memorial Coach Sales also asked to be shown
the book
what you were keeping track of the pitches, and I don't know if that was provided or not. So, as me looking at it, Memorial did everything correctly.
Yeah.
To pursue it and had every right to pursue it. And at the same time, as much as I, respect Bullard and their program, how does that happen?
Yeah.
How do you not have a pitch count?
No, I agree.
I mean, I can't think of any reason.
I mean, you have to nowadays, so you should. I know at Madera, you guys have a paper where somebody's circling every dang pitch the whole time.
Well, and we have Game Changer, and then Andy also charts every pitch.
Yeah.
So we have 3 different ways to monitor our pitch count. And I think we've had one guy get into the hundreds this year out of 28 games.
Yeah.
So we don't typically push pitch count anyways. But I just don't see, I saw a lot of people on there, making comments to Bullard. How does that happen? Between, as many coaches on that staff and the coaches on that staff. How do they get away with that? Which is it's a valid point.
Yeah, it is.
And it should be answered, I mean, everybody else has got to be held accountable to the rules as of they play,
Yeah.
Just like we were, and willing to take the L or whatever. I think our situation was different. We'd have to go back and start from the point. But this was a forfeit per the rules.
Per the rule.
I just thought that was interesting, and why I say good for Memorial as far as bouncing back the very next day down, and they rallied to win Game 3 of that series to become co-champs. So some interesting things going on last week. I heard it was a little chippy, a little vocal, which is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's high school baseball against 2 teams that are really good, and I mean, that's what you expect out of it. And technically a rivalry in the CMAC, so the 2 Division I teams that are in the league.
And it locked up the 2 seed for Memorial in the Division I playoffs. Buchanan taking the 1, Memorial, Bullard rounding out the top 3. Oh, and I love about it, again, is another year of no buys in Division I.
Yeah, and Bullard and Memorial are in the same bracket. So it could come down to those 2 playing to get to the title. Or not, depending on, it's playoff baseball. Anything can happen. So,
well, and with everybody playing a first-round game, for the most part, everybody's got a number 1.
Yep.
So you could see some teams going down.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I love it. I think in Division II.
Well, I mean, in Division I, though, did you like all the seedings? Did you agree with them? Because I know Tulare Western didn't.
No, and I saw the
their
tweet.
post, and I agree with it.
Okay, go get into it. Explain.
So they won their league.
Yes.
They did. I want to say they did play some of the Clovis schools in maybe the Coke.
They did.
But they won their league. They were I don't know.
They were 11-1 in league, 19-8 overall.
19-8, 11-1 in league, and they get a 12 seed.
Well, and they can't listen. It's I'm not going to go to D2, but it's kind of like the argument that Fresno High has to make every year.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have a say in who their league is. They don't get to pick who they play. The league is what their league is. Okay. Now, with Tulare Western, I don't disagree with you.
Like Clovis East and Central, nothing against them. The last 3 place teams in the track, Tulare Western probably should have been ahead of those. Because Clovis was the highest ranking one, and they were a 500 team.
They finished 5th in the track.
5 and 10.
Yeah, and 5th in the track. So that's not better than a league champion.
No, it's not.
I'm saying that, but according to the CIF, it was. And they got the 10 seed, Clovis High.
Yeah.
With, and so okay, Tulare Western's losses came to Mount Whitney, D2, Bakersfield Christian, D4, and Monache, D4. But good teams.
Yeah.
Clovis had a loss to Reedley and Madera South, and they lost 2 of 3 to Central. Central got the 14 to the Clovis 10. Now, I think what killed Central is they got swept by East to finish the year.
Yeah.
Which probably didn't help their cause.
No.
But you take 2 or 3 from... I just don't understand.
Like, those don't make sense.
They don't. So you're basically saying...
Clovis is better than Central, but Central's better than Clovis. But they're both, like, I don't understand it.
Well, a league champion. And Tulare Western's other losses are 2 to Buchanan, Clovis North, and Clovis West.
So not even Clovis East, or Central.
No.
The teams that are above them.
Yes.
So why would that not put them above Clovis?
Don't know.
That's what my point is.
So, yeah, I think Tulare Western's got a valid argument to be at least a 10 seed.
At least.
Maybe higher. I don't know. But so you're equating the East Yosemite League championship to basically dead last in the track.
Yeah. So it's almost like it doesn't even matter.
So what's the point of playing the games?
That's why a lot of people are having issues with the seeding this year. So I mean, because I know in D2 Hanford had an issue with the 2 teams ahead of them, which happened to be Madera and Edison, with runs scored, which I don't know how valid runs scored means. But Hanford played, along with you guys, they played in the first 2 tournaments too, the Easter Classic and the Coke, and played a good schedule. And I think when Silva posted the runs scored or whatever, he was like at least 30 more runs scored than each of you guys or whatever. So I don't know, and how good their league is compared to the CMAC or whatever. That's what sucks, and that's why we thought about when we were redoing the leagues to make this not happen, to make it more equal, so you don't have issues like this. Because now, really, the CIF is saying, okay, the track's the best, then the Stockdale SWYL's second, then the CMAC, then the Hanford, and that's, so they're going off leagues pretty much, or the EYLs right after the CMAC, or what I mean? It's just, that's why we need to start going into these leagues and really constructing them. And that's why I think people just don't want to do the work. If we have to go sport by sport, just go sport by sport. Who cares? But you have the Clovis schools that have the pride in their CUSD or the track that they wouldn't want to be in a Division II or a Division III, So it's just,
or at least get we've said it a million times, get Memorial and Bullard out
of the CMAC.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
And Hanford, I didn't see that, but I would assume, I guess it's fair.
Yeah.
But you're also getting a home game. What did you want?
To be higher?
Well, so do I. I want to be higher too, but the schedules are vastly different.
Yeah.
Are you pulling up the post?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. There it is. And nothing against him.
No,
each coach has their own.
And they have a good club too.
Yeah. He retweeted Tulare Westerns, by the way, which was retweeted a lot. So he did runs scored. The 5th seed was Edison, scored 111 runs this season. The 6th seed's 133. Hanford, 166. And then they said they played 3 of the top 4 Division I ranked teams in a 4-game span. So,
and we played.
You guys did.
We
You guys
played
had
like 10 Division I games in a row.
Yeah.
And we played Bullard and Memorial back to back 6 games in a row.
Yeah. And you can't go off runs really.
And I don't know what did they play 3 days a week?
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
I don't know what did they play that many games in league? I thought they played like 12.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just know he was mad about it, but I mean, who were your losses against? That's another thing he didn't post was who their losses were, who your losses were, Edison's. Because you guys all pretty much played the same schedule.
Yeah, I can't sugarcoat it. It's out there to go look. We got beat up.
Yeah.
We got beat up by
You guys almost didn't go to playoffs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we almost didn't. And but I mean, yeah, Bullard was more competitive maybe than some of the scores look.
yeah.
Memorial beat us up. Other than that game 3, which we honestly could have won, had an opportunity to win. They won in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
And
what do you think about that rule with everybody going to the playoffs?
I don't
know
like
we talked
it.
about it before.
No, I don't like it. When I played, that's not how it was.
No, me too. I mean, I've said it before. I'm the only Bullard team ever, probably in the history, to not go to the playoffs.
I think there's something to this and then D4, I think CVC. Shane Marshall posted something about CVC and, some teams that played as many games as they won were seated higher. And I started looking into Division 4, and CVC got the 13 seed, 15-8, 8-4 in the Central Sequoia League. They finished 2nd. They lost to Taft twice and Monache and split with the league champ Exeter, who got the 12 seed. And they finished 16-8. You had Santa Maria, who finished 15-9 overall, 2nd in their league, get an 8 seed. And their league, I mean, it just wasn't very good. Mm-hmm. I mean, overall, the records in that league, I don't think one of them had above 500 other than Santa Maria.
Yeah.
So, again, if anybody, and listen, I like Shane, and I think he's done a fantastic job, and they have a good team too. I honestly think Exeter has more of a, opportunity to cry foul than maybe CVC does as a league champ. Mm-hmm. Wasco played 14 games total, but they beat. I think they got the 6th seed, but they beat Taft twice, which probably helped. And Dos Palos got the 7, mm-hmm. and they played 15 games total. As many games as CVC won. So I understand the frustration. And I guess it comes down as, you have the CIF making these decisions. Who should be making these decisions?
I think, didn't they used to have coaches?
We rank. They ask us to rank.
You guys put a list together of rankings.
Yes.
Do they even look at them?
I don't know.
That's a question.
Because they're not out watching teams play.
No, not at all.
Right? And so I don't know. I just don't know how this works.
That'd be
guys
a good
in a
thing to
room,
find out.
and they just look at the paperwork and say, the track is the track. The cement, you know what I mean? Like it's the same old. Mm-hmm. And this year kind of wasn't the same old.
No, everybody was pretty much bad.
And so I get some of the people being upset about their seedings. I don't know how you fix it.
I don't know. Do you have all the coaches together? There's 16 teams. Do you have 16 coaches together and you come to an agreement? Or you just use their tournament randomly, and anonymous. You don't have a name to who's ever turning in the paperwork, and I don't know. There's but this has been the system for how many years? A long time.
I mean, it was the same since I played. It worked the same way. You just had to qualify to get in. And I think that we need to go back to that.
Yeah. I think that would change the game. You actually have to do something to qualify. Because, nothing against Dos Palos. I love Leonard, but maybe 15 games doesn't qualify him to even be in the playoffs.
Not when everybody else played 26, 27, 28. 10 more games. That could have equated to...
Wasco played 14 games.
They could have lost 6, 7, 8 more games.
Yeah.
Having played the same amount as everybody else. Who knows? But you also had a year where you're limited to what your district and county was going to allow you to do. Because again, who knows? We were supposed to play Arroyo. We were supposed to play El Diamante. We had to reschedule those games.
Yeah.
That would have been nice coming down to this point of the year. As far as the D2 sleepers, I would definitely keep my eye on Edison. It's a pretty good team. They had maybe a rough end of their season. I think they lost 2 or 3 to Sanger, which is not how you want to end.
Yeah.
But definitely not a bad ball club. And again, Fresno High always plays hard, and for some reason, they always find a way to get to a semi. So D2 is going to be fun to watch. But the D4 thing, I mean, I get CVC's frustration. If I'm Exeter, though, I'm really like scratching my head. Oh, how'd this happen? And definitely Tulare Western in Division I. So sticking with the playoffs, let's move it into college baseball.
Yes.
And
this is the best time of year.
Over the weekend, you've had all the regionals taking place.
Where the magic happens.
Prior to regionals starting, when they came out with the field of 64, I saw a tweet, and I wanted to get your idea or your take on this. Should the NCAA host or have a baseball NIT, a version of the NIT like basketball does?
I think
whether it be like 8 teams, the last 8.
I think yes and no. I think yes, because especially this year, there was a lot of teams that should have been in the 64. I think that weren't. Like the Mountain West had 1 team go. When San Diego State was pretty dang good, UNLV could swing it. So I mean, there are some teams that I think should have been in. I mean, Sac State was pretty good. Yes, on that point, but then does that take away from how special the regionals, the super regionals, and the College World Series is?
Does it for the NIT? For the teams that make it in the tournament?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, they still have the NIT. They do it for basketball. Does it take it away?
I don't know. I don't even watch basketball. But I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. Does it? I'm not a basketball person.
They still do it, so I don't think it does. I think,
Yeah. They just won't be televised like the...
I think they do like the championship game.
So, I mean, yeah. So, I don't know.
I just thought it was interesting. I think you could
But then that's cool. Is it cool to win the NIT tournament?
I don't know.
It's cool to be the 65th best team in the country. You know what I mean?
And not even saying that.
I know, but that's what it comes down to.
Right.
Like, you win the NIT, you're the...
At the highest. The highest, yeah.
If you win it, you're the 65th best team.
At best.
You just beat all these teams to be the 65th best team. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. But it's more baseball, so yeah, I mean, it would be fun. It would be fun to watch, but I don't know. It might just take away from... Yeah. It's a toss-up. Because I could see it, but then I don't know. I don't know how the basketball players do it, because being a baseball player, if you're like not in, you're not in. Like, it's just like, oh, here's a consolation tournament.
Yeah, I just thought it was an interesting question.
It's definitely interesting.
Because I'd never thought about it until
I was actually all yes. When you mentioned it to me, I was like, dude, that would be way cool to have it. But then after like thinking about it and being a part of the regionals and super regionals, like, I just don't know if that would even be worth like, oh, we didn't make it, but let's go win a consolation tournament or something.
Right, and it works for basketball.
It works. I guess so.
I'm not sure baseball how it would work.
Yeah, I don't either.
How it would look, but you had some teams go down. And this happens.
It happens.
Just like in basketball, you have some top seeds or higher seeds go down. You saw Tennessee fall in there.
Tennessee
or
won.
TCU, I'm sorry, TCU. Fall at home. They were a host. They lost. Oregon State knocked them out. And then I think South Alabama knocked out
Florida. Went 2 in Q.
USF beat them once, and South Alabama. And that regional is the 3-4 seed playing to go to a super, which is awesome.
It is.
But what is... It doesn't. I guess it doesn't say anything. That's baseball. That is
college baseball. And you talk to any Division I coach, and they don't overlook anybody because when they play those midweek games, or they play the non-conference games in the midweek against supposedly a mid-major D1 or a lower D1, whatever. But like everybody has a guy or two guys, and a Division I level, they might have freaking three guys. So I mean, every game is important. And like I always say, this is what I say, and this is, I don't know if it's true or whatever, but I feel like it's easy to be like Division I baseball. All the position players are pretty much the same. You could get a good defensive shortstop that can hit. You could get a power first baseman. You can get a power right fielder. You can get all of that for any Division I school. The difference between the mid-major Division I's and the Power 5 Division I's are arms. Guys that are throwing 95 plus are going to go to Vanderbilt, go to Florida, go to Arkansas, go to all the big schools, and then all the mid-major D1s, they're going to have guys that might top out at 90, 91. Not saying that's bad.
No.
And they're going to be less. There's going to be less depth in their pitching rotation than at a Power 5 school. So what you see right now in this regional is because everybody's hitting. You see people hitting.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of hitting. Is what you see is guys having that stepping up. They're stepping up. They might not throw 95, but they're stepping up and they're locating and they're throwing their off speed for strikes and stuff. So that's what's the big difference is of the Division I schools. And I think that's a valid point. Is Division I players could be equal on the field, but it comes down to pitching. But also those top Power 5 schools haven't probably faced guys throwing 80, 85. And now they're seeing it against a small mid-major, and it might be tough to hit, because everybody's hitting. So I don't know. That's my take on
it. Speaking of hitting, you saw Tennessee.
I saw it.
Walk off
Wright
State. And it was a 8-5 game, bottom of the ninth. And
curveball, hang me, bang me.
That ball was.
It was crushed.
Smashed.
It was crushed.
Now
there he is. See, stop. Oh my god, it hurts to watch it.
You see the celebration take place, and this was all over the internet all weekend. Some 100% loved it for it. And then obviously you had the guys like Jeff Fry who thought it made him look like a jackass and not fans of it too much.
Look at that. So that's haunting to the dugout.
And then chuck my helmet.
Let me stop and throw my helmet to center field. It's too much. Too much.
Now,
and then look at that. Did you see that? Did you see that?
What?
Go back. Look, team's coming. Then he pops out and goes to their dugout. Dude.
Does he have a number? No, he's wearing a jacket.
That's him.
Oh, that guy, yeah. The hitter.
The hitter.
There was another guy going back, too.
No, but I was talking about the hitter. You think that guy feels good already? And you got to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've hit bombs. I've pimped bombs. I've shown up teams before. Not like that, but that's just too much. To get the fans involved during your trot, to like be excited. Pimp it right away. Good. It's a walk-off in the ninth, a grand slam.
Here, watch it. Watch it again. If you can see it, watch the first base coach. Watch what he does. He goes running down the foul line.
And then that's ridiculous.
Chucks the bat up. Almost could have hit somebody.
And then let me look at the fans. Let me get the fans pumped up. Look at me. Look at me. Look what I just did. Look what I did.
There's a lot of videos of this, some from the crowd, different angles. But I mean, the first base coach, watch.
Why did he run away?
Watch right here.
Where'd he go?
Look at him. Watch. You'll see. Bring it back around. There it is. Look at him. He's down here.
Why?
I don't know.
So, I mean.
But It is a regional.
Yeah.
You're down 3. You need a grand slam to win it. You hit a walk-off grand slam.
It happened to us in Clemson. We were up 3 or 2 for that matter. I don't know. And Tyler Colvin, first rounder, hit a walk-off against us.
To go to
Omaha? No, that was the game one. That was game one. Hit a walk-off. But he didn't do that shit. He was jumping up and down, pumping his arms around, yelling around the bases. But he didn't show us up. He didn't show our pitcher up. He gave it a pimp job. I mean, who wouldn't? Right? What I'm saying is there comes a point where it's too much about me.
That was 100%.
100 me. You're excited you just won for your team, but you're acting like it was all you. You were the only person that made that happen. First of all, how'd the guys get on base? Got the bases loaded for you?
I think there was a couple walks.
Yeah,
that was with one out, by the way.
Yeah. So your team had to get you in that opportunity. Yes, you hit the ball. You won the game. But don't act like a fucking idiot. No, I'm serious. Don't act. You freaking pimp it. You're looking at the ball. You turn around even, back to home plate, walk backwards a few steps, throw the bat up in the air. Your team's cheering for you. You're not even looking at your teammates. You're looking for the next person to freaking go pump up to yourself. So guess what you do? You do side steps down the first baseline. You look at the crowd and pump yourself up to the crowd like, let's go. Why is the crowd even involved with that right now? Why are you worried about the crowd? You just hit a walk-off. I would be on my ass getting around the bases to be with my teammates and get mobbed at home plate. That would be my first thought.
Like, that was as big a home run as, what's his name, from Toronto in the playoffs.
Oh, Batista?
Batista's.
Yeah.
And the crowd went nuts. And he pimped it, chucked the bat.
And then ran. Yes.
Like, that was times 10.
Times 10. And it wasn't even to go to the Supers.
That was Friday night.
It was just to get him. Yeah.
It was game 1, I think.
Yeah. So, and then he's probably saying, fuck yeah, like around the bases, which, yeah, anybody does that. Like, you're pumped. You're going. Then he rounds third, looks at the visiting dugout and pumps his chest. Then he gets 3/4 of the way to home, does a complete 180, takes his helmet off because a complete 180 and throws his helmet towards center field. He still hasn't even gotten to his teammates yet. And then he gets mobbed at home. They're going towards the dugout. Then he sneaks back out to pump his chest at the visiting dugout again.
Let's have it some more. I saw, so Jeff Fry had tweeted on it, and some of the comments I saw, one was, the game doesn't belong to Jeff Fry and She Gone. They need to get over it, and I say celebrate your way. And somebody commented that it's about more than just baseball. It's also about the self-absorption of the ones who choose to act like this.
Yeah.
I saw one of a kid, I'm assuming he's a high school kid, hit another home run and literally walk all the way to first base and take his gear off before he even started running. Like, I wanted to count how long how long did it take the round to get home?
Go ahead.
I already closed it, but
I mean,
it's too much.
Yes, way too much. Like, I've pimped some homers, but I never pimped them out as far as leaving the dirt.
Is this fit into the unwritten rule, or is this just flat? Like,
this is flat, just stupidity. This is just a self-absorbed, perfect saying, non-team me moment. Like, because pimp jobs are a thing now. Everybody's doing them, which is cool. Whatever. Pimp jobs. They've been around since the beginning of time. But
not everybody's doing them.
I mean, the best baseball player in the world doesn't pimp anything. So, but my thing is like I said to you, that home run I hit at Oklahoma State to pretty much put the nail in the coffin. It wasn't a walk-off, but I hit a home run, and I busted my ass around the base, and then I stomped on home to let them know that I was there. That's like the most I did. And I mean, I've hit walk-off hits, not homers, but I hit walk-offs before. And it's just like, it's just about being with your team. And like, he took it overboard where it wasn't even about the team at that point. It was about, look at me. Look what I just did. Not what Tennessee did. Look what I just did. That's what that was. And I saw earlier in the year when they were playing Arkansas or something, that little motherfucker did the same thing on a home run and kind of did that shit.
Well, it makes it easy also for people to root against them. Are you watching it?
Yeah, get your timer out. We're going to time this little shit fuck.
Turn it down. Tell me when.
I'm going to go from when he hit it. Ready?
Yeah.
Or here. Go. Look at that. Look at that. What are you doing? What is he doing? And then you could have knocked your teammate out. You throwing the bat in the air. Like. I mean, 20 seconds, he's not even to second base. Yep, let me get the fans involved again. This is just asinine. Yep, turn to the other dugout. I'm going to take my helmet off. No, wait, I'm going to throw it out to center. I could have just chucked the umpire. That would have made it. That would have made
Home plate. 34 seconds, roughly.
That's ridiculous.
It kind of makes it easy not to root for them.
And then that shit again, he pops out. Yeah.
Right?
I will be rooting against Tennessee from here on out. So, just because of that guy. Which is fine. Maybe he's like, yeah, I want everybody to hate me. More social media, more me, more this, you know? Fuck it.
I didn't see his interview. They had like a post game.
Oh, God, I'm glad I didn't see it.
We can pull it up.
Pull it up. Fuck, go.
Pull it up.
What did it be under?
I'm just going to have a bunch of technical difficulty or like a few moments later. You are going to be rooting for somebody, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to root for Texas from here on out.
No Arkansas?
They're softball, dude. I was going for softball, Arkansas.
Okay, all right. I try to stay West Coast. There's West Coast.
Yeah, but I'm not from here. None of the West Coast teams wanted me to play.
You're from here.
But none of the West Coast teams wanted me to play for them. I'm Midwest.
They want me to play for them either.
I'm Midwest.
Were you going for Oklahoma State?
Yeah, just for Coach Walton. I always follow them, and I talked to him about when we ended our season like that.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I talked to him. They lost a lot of arms. They had some guys that they lost, and they lost a couple fielders. They had for how good they went, how far they went, they didn't even have a healthy team. So I know he was it was rough for his pitching staff. And so we'll see. I mean, I'm always rooting for them, but, now they're out. So,
yeah, and Super Regionals will continue this week.
Well, there's games going on right now.
Yeah, there's teams playing now, yeah.
Today's Monday.
Hey, back to high school real quick. The Southern Section playoffs or the SoCal Regionals will be taking place. The bracket will be posted the 20th, so the day after the Division I championship.
So Father's Day.
Yeah, Father's Day. And it will include Central Section teams. It'll be played, the dates, so that way people know.
22nd, 26th, or 21st.
22nd will be game one. Tuesday the 22nd, 4 p.m. at host schools, which I'm assuming that's higher seed.
Yeah.
The 24th is round 2, that Thursday. Same thing, 4 p.m. at host school. And the regional championship will be Saturday, June 26th at 4 p.m. at the host school. And times are subject to change. That's on the CIF website. But the 2021 SoCal Regional Baseball Bracket will be available June 20th, and it will include teams from our section. Knowing that some kids are getting ready to leave to play summer ball, you got guys that are either going to have to bang that to play in this. I mean, we can assume somebody from here is going to be whoever wins the section title is going, or valley title, whatever we call it, section championship. So whoever that is, I'm assuming is going to get a bid to go,
and not only
maybe more than one,
not only Division 1, because if you have more divisions, there's going to be maybe 4 or 5 schools.
And it won't affect city county. They'll be able to play. Well, yeah, no,
it's going to be the Sunday.
So
they just won't be able to practice.
It'll be the day after the state regional final. So something to look forward to. First time for baseball, so that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully we get a couple teams in that. So wanted to mention that before we kept going. And like always, us being out for 2 weeks, we're late to MLB stuff. I think the really only thing that I just thought, to this day, it's been a week and a half, that the most ridiculous thing was the Baez.
That might be the most ridiculous thing ever to ever happen. That was like the most little league thing ever.
I've had the conversation with about 10 people. I know it's old, so don't jump our ass, but
Or do.
Jump his ass. Bring it, huh?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I guess the one thing I would think is like you can run backwards to home, right? Like
I didn't know that.
I think that's
I thought once you go backwards, you're out.
You give yourself,
you can't be safe at home.
Right.
Like you can't be safe at home. So I thought the rule was, and I don't know, I thought the rule was once you give yourself up, like you're saying. If you go backwards, you're giving yourself up because you can't get in a rundown. I mean, I guess you can.
Apparently, you can.
Watched it, but that to even throw home to try to get the guy scoring was asinine because all you had to do is go tag first, even if he scored and the run doesn't count,
right?
Because Baez never got to first,
right?
So to try to get him out at home and then the catcher to try to throw the ball to the second baseman or shortstop running to first, the ball gets in the outfield. For Baez to actually go run from 10 feet to first base to almost 3 inches to home plate, he almost touched home again, to being safe at second when the first baseman caught the ball 4 feet off of first base.
Just tag it.
Just turn around and tag the bag.
I think everybody learned a lesson from that play.
Yeah, we need more fundamentals. we need to learn some baseball.
And maybe that should become a rule. Like if you give yourself up, you're out.
I thought it was. I don't know. I guess not, but maybe not. Who cares? I mean,
it worked.
I mean,
it worked.
If a guy's going to be dumb enough to run you back to home, then F it. That's why I think the intentional walk's stupid. Allow dumbass pitchers to throw the ball home. Make them walk the guy. Because especially nowadays, we would have more guys throwing balls away. A guy throwing 98 to 100 can't throw a ball 40 feet or 40 miles an hour. Yeah. Like accurate. That was part of the game that was great. That was a coaching strategy.
Did I see El Tortuga pitching in a game again over the weekend for the Twins?
Who knows? I don't know.
I think I did. I'm not sure. Maybe it was an old clip. If so, that's number 3. His 3rd appearance. Yeah, it was a pretty stupid play.
Yeah.
And again, one that everybody will learn a lesson from. Tag your bag. The other story that came out is pitchers using foreign substances to grip, spin, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I read an article talking about, it was from Sports Illustrated, that put out a study they did the last couple of seasons regarding spin rates, and that the increase in spin rate was like 0.5% league-wide. And then they took like the Red Sox, I believe the White Sox was one, and the Dodgers were the other. And they did the analysis on their spin rates and saw an increase, I think, of 4% for the White Sox and Red Sox, roughly the same. And they saw nearly double that for the Dodgers. The Dodgers had the most increase in spin rate across Major League Baseball at 7%. Where do you stand on that cheating part of that? Because that's, I mean, you're hearing people throw that word around.
I think, okay, so like when we had Tyson on and he said you need something to help you. Those balls are so slippery because the seams are so low, the ball's dry, whatever it may be. If that's the case, that they're worried about being wild without using something, then MLB needs to come out with something of like one substance that you can use. You need to come up with something that is legal and can be used for pitchers. Like this is the only thing you can use, like a mixture of rosin and like, something.
You're talking about they use rosin and then, all these guys have, sunscreen or you're seeing guys with go into their glove inside of their thumb.
Yeah. You mean the hat thing? So
because that article in Sports Illustrated kind of tied it to the Astros in 17 and like, what do the Dodgers have to say when they were the ones, the biggest ones crying foul? And yet this article comes out with, you guys are doing something. I mean, that's a massive increase.
Well, they'll probably say it's because we have Trevor Bauer now.
I think it was before that was being.
Well, I'm just saying they'll make something up.
Is it? I mean, it's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
Like what pitchers the Astros did is not the. It's not the same.
Pitchers have been using stuff since the beginning of time, like when baseball ever was. I mean, to get a grip, you spit on your, you get saliva. You wet your finger, it gets more sticky. We did that shit in high school. They've always been trying to use something to get a better grip. That's why I'm saying maybe you just let's figure something out, like one substance that we will allow, and that's what they can use. Or let's just start throwing everybody out that uses something, or make the seams bigger.
They made the pitcher for the Cardinals switch hats.
Yeah, so he was using something. They just didn't want it on the hat, I guess. I don't know. So they didn't kick him out of the game. So he was using something that was legal, I guess.
Is it as big a deal as it's being made of?
No.
Because it's never been really policed until now, since Joe West. And that was Joe West, by the way.
I mean, if they're trying to get a better grip to throw strikes, the strike zone's the size of this helmet anyway, so it's like, what else are you going to complain about? I know there's movement, and the spin rate makes it more movement and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Hitting's hitting. Like, I wouldn't care.
You're seeing these balls move a lot.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You either make something legal or nothing legal, or everything's, I don't know. Or you change the ball again.
I just wanted to see if you thought it was as bad. They're labeling it as cheating, and I'm just like, it's never. I don't know. It's been done for decades.
Well, Gaylord Perry would have a spitball, or they had these kind of different pitches that would get thrown out for stuff. You have, one of the greatest pitchers of all time was it Hal Harris for the Indians. After he drank Jobu's, shot. What was his name?
I forget.
He had Vagisil and jalapeno in his nose. So, what?
Nothing.
Bardol.
You're using a movie reference.
I know. But they got it from something.
You're right. That's why I'm saying it's been going on for a long time.
They wouldn't just put that in the movie if it wasn't true.
It's true. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just being talked about like it's equivalent to what the Astros did, and it's not.
No, it's not. And you know me, I would say it is if it was.
I'm just surprised you didn't say the Astros didn't do anything.
Well, it doesn't really matter. They didn't get anything taken away, and they didn't get fined or they didn't do anything. So technically, they didn't do anything wrong.
That's true.
So
it's true.
I was right the whole time.
Baseball playoffs start this week. Wednesday.
Tuesday for Central and Bullard.
Central Bullard, which this will be out after that, so you'll know that final. Moving on. It's weird because I know that if we win our first round game, we would play at Fresno High Friday. And I know Fresno High graduates Thursday night, and we graduate Friday night. So I don't know what'll happen with that game. If that happens, barring we still need to win, obviously.
Maybe you should have moved your Wednesday game to Tuesday.
And then played Wednesday?
Played Thursday.
But Fresno High graduates Thursday.
Well, then never mind.
Are you going to take a pick? Do you want to pick it? I don't know if I want to.
A what?
You want to pick it? You're going to pick a team?
To what?
To win it all.
No.
No?
Not going there.
No. It's too spread out. There's too many guys that.
Too much bad baseball out there.
Well, and everybody's got a guy.
Everybody can win.
Everybody can win this first round game. They're going to be fun to watch. I talked to some people that I know. One's heading down to Bakersfield. Not even going to be watching the games here. So it's going to be fun to watch. Stay tuned for all those scores. Pag will post it. It'll probably be on preps. We'll have them.
If I can get out there, I'll try to get some.
So good luck to all the teams playing. YouTube challenge is still going on.
Go subscribe. Still waiting.
The walk-up song challenge that you...
We had some, send them in. We'll actually post the video. Well, you would have seen it. We'll post it. You would have seen the video.
Yeah.
You'll hopefully you liked our walkout song video of all the people that used them. And we'll never do it again since you guys.
We might have some interesting news coming up too. We're trying to put something on in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can make it happen. We'll keep you posted. We'll let the cat out of the bag soon once we get everything finalized. But again, high school baseball playoffs start this week. Next 2 weeks, look for the SoCal Regional State playoffs. You've got college baseball super regionals going on this weekend and some games finishing today. Women's
Softball.
College World Series is still going on. Always some MLB somewhere going on if you're not blacked out. But go support your local teams. I know they're letting people in the ballparks now, so stay posted, stay tuned. And that is episode 111.
Stay classy.
Stay classy.
Hit or die.
Tennessee.
Oh, fuck Tennessee.
That is the Hit or Die podcast.
Hit or die.